Very good morning, guys. Warm welcome to the best lectures of FMSM and Audit nationwide. Let's begin. Till now, we have completed two topics. Chapter number one, we have fully finished in Audit Booster course. Those of you who don't know, this is the lecture of Audit Booster course, a brilliant course where we finish entire syllabus just in 10 days from our Audit Magic book. What's a magic book? It's a summarized book where entire syllabus is compressed in around 86 pages. Okay, so we do it from here. Second thing, this what are we going to do today? Today's target is of course chapter number 2 and chapter number 6, and if time permits, remaining part of chapter number 11. Okay, very interesting chapter we are going to start. Yesterday we finished chapter 1. We also did essay 210, agreeing the terms of engagement of chapter number 11. Now today we are going to do chapter 2. It's a small chapter. Chapter 6 is an even smaller chapter, and of course remaining part of chapter number 11. Very good morning everyone. Okay, without wasting any time, let's start right away so we can devote more time on the chapter itself. Can we start? Yes sir, why not? Audio clear, video clear, then give a like button. Chapter 1 recorded is not there. You have to go in the which section? I think live section. In live it will be there. Okay, so in the live section you have to find, it will be there. And if you have enrolled for this booster batch, then you will get separate recordings also if you have enrolled for booster one. Are you clear? Okay, can we start? One, two, three, let's start. Please concentrate, only 10 minutes, so I can explain the main part of chapter, and then the entire chapter is super duper easy. Very important thing. Very good morning. We are starting now. Audit strategy, planning and program is a very crucial chapter. You will ask me why? Because it's a small chapter which ends in maximum 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. And important part is, out of this chapter 10 marks question are asked. 10 marks only for 1 hour. Yes, that is why this makes it the most interesting chapter in the lot. Very less number of time you have to devote. Not less time, in fact no time, only 1 hour, and you get directly in the kitty 10 to 12 marks. So that makes this chapter very crucial. Can we start? Yes, we have to study three words today: audit strategy, planning, program. Strategy, planning, program. Program is super easy. Only two words we need to study, in fact: strategy and plan. If you understand these two, chapter over, because program is very silly. Okay, so now let's start. Whenever we do anything in life, we make a strategy, we make a plan, we make a program. Any damn thing in life. You are giving CA exam, you make a strategy. Then you make, sir, this is our strategy to pass, but I make a much detailed plan. How to do work, when to do work, when to do which chapter, which coaching to take, this, that. Plan is much more detailed. Strategy is overall. How will I pass the exam? Program, as I said, don't worry at all. 125% you will understand. I hope that is clear. Now, whenever we take any CA firm, there are several people involved in a CA firm. Everything is important, yes, but this chapter even more important. Okay, come here. For a CA firm, understand there are these many people who work on a chartered accountant firm. Number one, there is a partner, everyone knows. Okay, I'm talking of big fours, okay, not smaller firms, because in big four only all chapters are followed. What is big four? Top four firms in the world: ENY, KPMG, PwC, Deloitte. How do you know about them? I was also article of Ernst and Young. Moving on. So there are articles and executive. Who is executive? New charter accountant or experienced charter accountant. Now, as he becomes more senior, he becomes a manager. Even more promotion, senior manager. And then there's partner whose salary is roughly 5 crores. Okay. Now, partner basically makes strategy. What is strategy? I don't know. Okay. Then much more detailed. However, strategy is, by looking at that, there is a plan. Plan is made by senior manager and manager. Why am I explaining? So little practical you will get. Okay. And program, tell me who will make audit program? Basically article and CA. Sir, I did not understand any of the word because I did not explain. I just wanted to explain structure. Now let me come to the topic. What is strategy? Strategy is basically what I want to achieve and why. What I want to achieve and why. It gives overall scope, timing and direction of audit. I'm explaining briefly, nothing of the book. 5 minutes you give me, I want to explain little practical. Okay. So what I want to achieve and why I want to achieve. Everywhere we make a strategy. Let's take simple example, cricket. I want to play aggressive cricket. That is my overall strategy. It gives overall scope, timing and direction of audit. Let me explain all words nicely. So partner will basically decide what is the scope of audit? Now you'll tell me, what do you mean by scope? How many locations are there? Which financial reporting framework is applicable to the company? How many business segments are there? Does any segment require specialized knowledge or not? Okay. Is there is industry specific reporting requirement? Example IRDA, example banking. These all things are taken place in strategy, overall scope. Second is timing. Sir, why timing is important? Is it a quarterly audit or year-end audit? For a listed company, it's a quarterly audit every 3 months. So I need a separate staff. I need to make strategy that way. But for some another company, it may be a year-end audit. Then I don't need separate staff. Whoever is free, I can send. So overall scope, timing. Okay. I will also take into consideration in strategy what preliminary activities. What is preliminary? Last year we had done audit. Okay. So were there any good experience, bad experience, any points? I have done similar audits. Do I need to concentrate on inventory more? Do I need to concentrate on this more? Do I need to concentrate on that more? Team efforts. Where does team need to concentrate? I basically make a strategy. Example, Australia, or a bouncy pitch is there. So basically some cricketers are not good in bouncy pitch. Let's take example Sarfaraz Khan. Let's not select Sarfaraz Khan. Overall strategy. Okay, how many hours will be devoted in audit? How much hours to denote to fixed asset, current asset? Okay, sales, purchase. How many hours to devote, and which all people are required? Basically, strategy is overall scope, timing, and direction of audit. How the audit will look like? Direction means what, by the way? Last point. Can I rely on control or not rely on control? If I can rely on control, means controls are too good in a company, then I will do less audit in detail. Substantive audit, detailed audit I will not do. Why? Controls are too good. But in strategy I come to know controls are third class. Then I need to go in detail, check every single thing. So I hope little you understood. Strategy is basically overall scope, overall timing, overall direction of audit. And who makes it? Partner of the firm. Now much more detailed is plan. What does plan include? Whatever objectives are there of strategy, it will be by seeing the strategy only we will make plan. Plan is much more detailed. Who will do the work, when they will do, how they will do. Example, I made strategy, this will take 120 hours. In 120 hours, day 1 what we will do, day 2 what we will do, day 3 what we will do, Sefali will do, Raj will do, Viraj will do, or Siraj will do. Are you clear? Simple. I want to play aggressive cricket. Who player is good for aggressive cricket? Okay. Do I need more all-rounders? That is strategy. Or I need specialist people. Now Hardik Pandya can do the job, of Shivam Dubey can do the job. That's plan. Are you clear? Okay, Raj can do the job or Viraj can do the job. Plan is much more detailed than the strategy. It basically includes who will do the work, when they will do, and how they will do. Simple. Sir, what is program? That I told you is very chiller. I will anyways explain. I hope little you understood. So strategy is what I want to achieve. It gives overall scope, timing and direction. Plan is much more detailed. Basic objective of both is to get reasonable assurance. Now you will tell me why to make all this. Directly do audit. Understand, if I directly do audit and I don't give time to important area, what will happen? Legal liability. People will say that worst auditor is, he did not do proper checking. Because I have less time and I want to give reasonable assurance. So planning is a must, strategy is must. I hope little you understood. Who will make plan? Manager will make. Okay, so manager will be sitting in one cabin, make a plan. Who is going to do work, when you are going to do, how you are going to do. Little you understood. Now book is very simple. 1, 2, 3, start. Concentrate. Audit strategy, planning, program. First question which we are doing is asked how many times. I think since last 2 attempts it is definitely coming. Okay, I don't know whether it has come consequently 3 attempts or not. That I am little doubtful, but since last two attempts, same question is coming. Okay, start. Whenever you make overall audit strategy, what points to keep in mind? So little strategy, can you explain in detail here? Whatever you say, automatic it will be there. Fully you will understand now. Okay, so tell me, whenever we make overall audit strategy, what do we keep in mind? Very simple. Determine the characteristics of audit. When you are making a strategy, understand characteristics of audit. That is, sir, what is characteristic of audit? Characteristic means which financial reporting framework is applicable to the client. Schedule 3 applicable or any other thing. Second, specialized knowledge required. Company has three businesses. One of them is bank. For bank, specialized knowledge required. So I think we need Mustafa to do audit. Oh, Mustafa, bank champion. Yes. Okay. Industry specific reporting requirement is there. Okay. Does this insurance industry tell that gives separate claim section? Whatever. Then we require Ayushi because Ayushi did audit of LIC last time. This thing we have to keep in mind. Yes, partner will keep in mind. I hope it is clear. So, characteristic of audit basically is 3 points. Number one, which FRF is applicable, financial reporting framework. Okay, how many business segments are there? Does any segment require specialized knowledge? Industry specific reporting requirement is given by a regulator like IR, insurance, banking people. Understood. Second, team effort. Consider factors that are significant in directing team effort. Very simple point. Consider which factors are very important for the team. Okay, partner will decide. For example, our coach Gautam Gambhir, he will decide this factor very important. Last time I went to England, no, these points. Okay, so same here. Consider factors that are significant in directing team effort. Here 2 points are given. Number one, volume of activity, which helps in deciding whether to rely on control. Example, in Paytm, Go Ibibo, okay, Zomato, volume is huge. Blinkit, crore of transactions are done. You cannot check one transaction, tick, 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 voucher. No, you have to rely on control. Otherwise, audit not possible. So directly in Blinkit audit, we will tell we have to rely on control here. Volume of transactions that help in deciding whether to rely on control. In Blinkit, if you do one audit or one popcorn audit, one Maggie audit, you will die. 100 crore transactions are done. I hope it is clear. Second, changes in industry regulations are there. Then we need to focus there. New reporting requirement is there. So company will not know. We need to tell them, sir, new report has come, SARO, simple auditor report order. Okay, so this we are concentrating more on that. Changes in FRF. Has FRF changed? Then they must have not prepared financial statement as per FRF. We need to focus more. So I hope it is clear. 3 points here. Volume of activity which help in deciding whether to rely on control or not. Changes in reporting requirement. Changes in FRF. They will ask brilliant question. FRF has changed. Is it part of audit strategy? Yes. Team effort. Clear? Third point. Reporting objective. Ascertain the reporting objective to plan nature, timing, and extent of communication required. Reporting objective means when to report. Basically, partner, strategy. We will talk with two people. Tell me, shall we talk with management or our staff? Both. Both. Let me read this. Ascertain reporting objectives to plan nature and nature of communication required. Discussion with management. I will discuss with management regarding what? Expected type and timing of report. Which report I am going to issue. Okay. When shall I discuss with management? That we will be part of strategy. That in September month we will meet or August we will meet regarding report to be issued. Okay. So discuss with management regarding type and timing of report. Status of audit work done. How much work we have done. When should I tell management? Shall I tell monthly? Shall I tell 15 days? So two things I will talk with management. What? Number one, discussion with management regarding expected type and timing of report. Discussion of audit work done with the management. What I will talk with my staff? How much progress of work is done. When your work will be reviewed. See, staff will do work, but I need to check also, right? I hope it's easy. Okay. Expected nature and timing of communication with engagement team member. When will I communicate with team member, including nature and timing of meeting? So expected nature and timing of communication with a team member. including nature. Nature means why I will meet, and timing, how many times I will meet, and timing of review of work performed, when the review will take place. Are you clear? Everything is fixed in strategy only. So basically, if you are finding this little hard, okay, a certain reporting objective to plan timing of audit. I will talk with two people. Will I talk with management or my staff? Both. Remember two points in both. With management, what I will talk? Okay. Discussion with management regarding type and timing of report. Okay. Type means which type of report, unqualified, qualified, disclaimer, adverse. And why timing important? Based on that, I will do the work. Second, status of audit work done. I will also discuss this much work I have done. Okay. Expected nature of communication with staff regarding what I will talk with staff, nature and timing of meeting, why we will meet and when we will meet. Second, timing of review of audit work performed, at what interval we will review your work. I hope that is clear. Now both points are simple. Nature and extent of resources required to do the engagement. Okay, resources means how much staff is required in this audit. Do we need 10 article, 20 ca? Do we need 30 ca and 5 article? Nature, timing and extent of resources required. Selection of engagement team member. Okay, also do we require experienced team member where ROMM is high? Basically ROMM as of now is risk of material mistake. So tell me, where more risk will be there? Cash and bank or inventory? Inventory. It's a risky area. So I will need experienced people, those who are chartered accountant. Okay. So selection of team and assigning more experienced member to those area where ROMM is high. Also consider engagement budget. How is budget decided? Based on number of hours. Okay, so number of hours, a certain nature, timing and extent of resources required. How much staff will be required? Do we require experienced member for those things, where ROMM is higher? Okay, and also consider budget, more time to allocate to higher risky area. Last point, consider results of preliminary engagement activity. What is preliminary? Last year also I did audit. Similar audits I have done in life. Okay, where applicable, knowledge gained on other assignment. That last year controls were good. Can I rely this year? So that's a judgment of partner. I hope it's clear. Over. I have spoken all points. Okay. So if I don't think direct question will come these days, what they are asking from inside one point. Is it part of strategy? Then you just have to remember it is this point and yes, part of strategy. Simple. Tell me, the only this question little tough, rest all question time pass. Whenever we make overall audit strategy, sir, keep in mind audit key TRP, audit key TRP. Sir, television TRP we have heard, audit also TRP. Yeah. Audit key TRP. Very simple. One, two, three, start. Determine the characteristics of audit. T, team effort. T, team effort. R, reporting objective. Okay, one more are nature, timing and extent of resources required. Nature, timing and extent of resources required. Preliminary engagement activity. Over. Preliminary work. If you want 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, very simple. Whenever we make overall audit strategy, keep in mind 4 point. Audit key TRP. One more time. Audit key TRP. Determine the characteristics of audit. T, team effort. R, reporting objective. One more R, nature, timing and extent of resources. P, preliminary work. One last time, whenever we make overall audit strategy, keep in mind audit key TRP. Determine the characteristics of audit. Team effort. R, reporting objective. One more R, nature, timing and extent of resources. P, preliminary work. Now, again, I will explain all points. Sir, what is characteristic of audit? Here, basically, we will see which FRF is applicable. Okay, how many business segments are there? Does any segment require specialized knowledge? Okay. Third, is there specific reporting requirement by regulator? This partner has to remember. Staff will not remember. So, we have to keep in mind in strategy. Third, team effort. Okay. Consider factors that are significant in directing team effort. Here are 3 points they have given. Volume of transaction which help in deciding whether to rely on control or not. Second point, okay, Changes in reporting requirement is there. New reports have to be issued, told by Companies Act. Okay. Changes in FRF is there. Understood, sir. Reporting objective, with whom I will talk, with whom I will talk. Sir, will I talk with management or staff? Both. Why to talk with management? Regarding expected nature and timing of report to be issued. In which month we will issue report. Second, status of audit work done. I will talk with management. Mukesh Ambani. Are you clear? So there is death threat on Mukesh Ambani yesterday. Pakistan people told we want to kill Mukesh Ambani. But still we have to talk. Our work more important. Then we will also talk with staff regarding progress of audit work done. Okay. Review of work performed, when we will take place. Very simple. Next, nature, timing and extent of resources required. How much staff is required? Do we need experienced member for those area where ROMM is high? How many hours to allocate for higher ROMM areas? Okay, where there is more risk. Last, preliminary one. Consider results of preliminary engagement and knowledge gained on other assignment. Can we rely on control? Over. Small break, 10 seconds. Time up. Tell me, whenever we make overall audit strategy, keep in mind audit key TRP, determine characteristics of audit. T, team effort. RRR, reporting objective. One more RRR, nature, timing and extent of resources. P, preliminary work. Over. Now all questions are super time pass. Come here. Tell me, audit strategy will help in 4 points. They can ask 2 questions. Audit strategy assist in or benefit of audit strategy. By mistake they ask, full marks you will get. Audit strategy assist in benefit of audit strategy. Why do partner make strategy? Number one, employment of qualitative resource. They will know which resource to employ. Tell me, who is resource for CA firm? Staff, you and me. Okay, which resource to employ? Whether do we need experienced member for risky area? Like example, inventory audit, there we need Manish. Shreya will not work. Shreya first year article. How you know? Assumption. Second, allotment of quantity resource. We decided which resource we need. How many? Okay, how many? Number of resources required for inventory counting. Okay, number of resources required for each area. Sir, what is each area? Fixed asset, current asset, debtor, inventory. Number of resources required. That is also the budget hours also. Hours and number of people required. Based on that only Big Four does billing, if you don't know. How billing is calculated, you know. I want to do audit of Reliance. How they calculate like that? They see number of hours. And per hour rate is there. If you don't know, when I used to work, per hour rate of article was 2,500. So for example, I want to work in Reliance for 120 hours. My 1 hour rate, they used to charge 2,500. They pay you monthly 2,500 and charge like that. That is what is there. Are you clear? Okay. So quantity, number of resources required for each area. Okay. Budget, how many hours to allocate to risky area. Okay. Timing of deployment, when to deploy. At year end or interim audit. Interim means what? Quarterly audit. When to deploy resources. Do we need at interim audit or year end? What is interim? Quarterly. Tell me, quarterly we need to employ or listed or year end? Sir, depends on client. If it is a listed company, then you need quarterly. But if it is unlisted, private company, you need year end. So we need to make strategy. Last, management. How resources are managed, directed, supervised. How to manage the resources. Who is resource? Staff. How briefing meeting will be held. Debriefing will be held. You know what is briefing? I will explain. Whenever audit starts, no, there is a cabin. 6, 7 people are there. Number one is partner, and along with that, entire staff is there. So they do briefing. You are going to this place, so do audit in this way. Basically, they will give some instruction. Now, when audit is finished, you will come back at office. Okay, you will also tell, sir, this we check, this we. That is debriefing. How meetings are expected to be taken place. Okay, how manager and partner review will be there. Then you are doing the work, manager and partner will review. Will they review on site or off site? What is on site? Office is on site. And what is off site? Will they review at client place? So I used to do audit of Lear Automotive. They used to make seat. So review will take place at Lear Automotive or our office. Okay. So that also is decided. How resources are managed, directed, supervised. Simple. How briefing meeting will be held, debriefing will be held. How partner and manager review will take place on site or off site. Over. Simple. Tell me. For benefit of audit strategy, four times you have to speak one word. Resources. One more time. Resources. One more. Employment of qualitative resource. Which resource to? Allotment of quantity of resource. How many? Timing of deployment of resource. Quarter end or year end. Okay. And last, management of resources. Simple. Four English words. Employment of qualitative resource means who, allotment of quantity means how many, timing of deployment means when, management means how. For resources word you have to speak. Okay, tell me why audit strategy will help us in 4 point. Employment of qualitative resource, allotment of quantity of resource, timing of deployment of resource, management of resources. Over. One more time, sir. Audit strategy for benefit. Can you guide me? Why not? Why not? Okay. Number one, employment of qualitative resource, allotment of quantity of resource, timing of deployment of resource, management of resources. Sir, for benefit of audit strategy, who will tell? I. Resources. Employment of qualitative resource, allotment of quantity of resource. Third, how many, when, sorry, timing of deployment of resource, management of resources. Small break, 5 seconds. Done. One last time. Tell me what audit strategy will help in 4 points. What are the benefits of strategy? Resources. Number one, employment of qualitative resource, allotment of quantity of resource, timing of deployment of resource, management of resources. Oh. Now, good. MCQ can come from anywhere. Super duper easy paper. Tell me, strategy and plan is whose responsibility? Of course, auditor. Auditor. Why? The fees you are getting, so responsibility is yours, no? Fee 1 crore you will take. Responsibility of management. Crazy kiya re. Are you clear? So, can we discuss them with management? Can you discuss strategy and plan with management? Yes, to facilitate proper conduct of audit. So, for example, if you tell them today we are going to do audit of purchase, so purchase staff will not remain absent. Today we are going to do audit of inventory. So Mr. Sinde, inventory department will not remain absent. So auditor may discuss strategy and plan with management to facilitate better conduct of audit. But they are auditor's responsibility. But don't share too much that effectiveness of audit is compromised. Not understood. Array, many people, Mr. Sinde, tomorrow I will check whole inventory. All mistake I will remove. I know last time 20 lakh provision we did in inventory. This time my planning is 2 crore provision. Please come tomorrow morning. I will see what. Don't speak too much. Do your audit. Just tell them, sir, I will come tomorrow. So don't remain absent, or tell to management. Who is my finance head? You tell him. Okay, this much only tell. Don't share too much that effectiveness is compromised. English read, very simple. Auditor may discuss planning with management to facilitate conduct and management of engagement. Although this discussion occur, okay, although you discuss, it is the responsibility of auditor, all this, okay. When discussing the matter, most important, care should be taken. We don't compromise, baby. Effectiveness of audit. Super easy. One question will be there. Module. Of course, you are watching every day. Module question uploaded on YouTube. Okay. English version also. You translate. AI will convert to English. Every facility available. 21st century. Moving on. I hope clear. Now come here. Last question. Then strategy over also. Most hard part over. Then chiller 2-3 part are there. Come here. Direction, supervision and review of team member work. This has also come. All question has come. Why? And you have to ask two questions. All chance will be given. Direction, supervision, and review of the work depends on. Tell me, your work will be supervised more or less. Let's take two examples. Just a girl and Saeed. Whose work will be checked more? Just a girl or Saeed? That question will decide. Very good. Direction, supervision, and review of work depends on 4 points. But first, let us understand capability and competence of team member doing the work. If team member very much capable, then do less checking. Are you clear? Your work will be less supervised because it will be perfect. But if new articles, more supervision. Second, area of audit. Which area are you doing? Are you doing cash and bank? What to review them? Correct only it will become. Okay, but if you are checking sale, very important area, sale affect entire profit. Yes, sir. Area also. Third, assessed risk of material misstatement. Whichever area you have taken, ROMM is more or less in that area. If risk is more, baby, more checking required, more review required, otherwise less. Size and complexity of audit. Okay, is it a listed company audit or unlisted? If listed, then to everything will be checked except your clothes, everything in detail. But unlisted, don't check so much. Are you clear? Over. Tell me, direction, supervision, and review of work depends on car. One more time, car. One last time, car. Capability and competence of team member doing the work. A. Area of audit. R. In that area, assessed risk of material misstatement. S. Size and complexity of audit. Only side heading are enough for this. In very good question. He is asking for this question. Inside part why not written? Because ICI also not written. In module also they have written this much only. What to do? What to do, Said? Tell. So if Mr. Nandaji, president is watching, Said little free in life. So please give inside explanation also. So Said, by the time it will come, you will be in CA final. So inside, wherever given, we have tried our best to include inside. You are not given from, I don't know my own language. I am not there. Many people ask, these notes you have created. Rubbish. Copy from ICA. Fully copy paste. Only summary we created. Okay. So in ICA only this much given. So we also this much. My talent zero. Only I know how to compress. Okay. Chalo over. Direction, supervision, and review of. So never ever feel it is my notes. My notes are zero. Again, I am telling. And if you follow anyone's notes, definitely you will fail. Only one note required. ICI. Nandaji. Who is Nandaji? Sardarji is there, no that. Chairman, our president, sir. Okay. Direction, supervision, capability and competence of team member doing the work. Area of audit. Assessed risk of material misstatement. Size and complexity of audit. Small break, 3 seconds. Over. Direction, supervision, and review of work depend on capability and competence of team member doing the work. Area of audit. Assessed risk of material misstatement. Size and complexity of audit. Over. Now this question is there, but this better we will understand when we discuss plan. Okay. So come to second chart, audit plan. I hope last chart was clear. Moving on. Now audit plan, super duper easy. First of all, essay name try to remember. Your essay is there. Planning and audit of financial statement. Why you need to plan audit? So audit can be done properly. If we don't plan, we will give unnecessary time to useless area and give less time to key area. So planning is a must. Okay. First question which can come. Don't forget the name of essay. More essay name you write, more they will like. Why? Reason I am telling you. See, if I again and again call you with the help of name, you like no. Arey, wow, this. You don't like. Just a girl. Why? Because name written just a girl. But if I tell, Arey, Saurav Prakash, then he will like, sir, my name also, sir. No. Yes, definitely. Geetanshu, Arun. Understood. Same way. For essays also, write their name if possible. You will get half a mark extra. Half mark, what will happen? Arey, but in 20 question, half mark means 10 mark. Oh. And in three paper, 10 mark means 30 mark. Oh, understood. Start. One, two, three, start. As per SA 300, planning and audit of financial statement. See, planning is not a separate phase of audit, but continuous and iterative process. What is iterative? Continuous. That begins after completion of last year audit and continues till current year audit. Not understood. Are planning is not separate phase. They can ask you, is planning a separate phase of audit? What you will write? No, it's a continuous process. When does planning begin? After completion of last year audit. You always feel what? Are yaar, this area I should have checked in detail. I did not concentrate on debtor much. I should have done. That begins after last year audit and continues till the time of current year audit. Every day you keep on planning. Example, let's take our example. Do you plan for tomorrow? Yes, sir. Tomorrow which chapter? Planning we do. Every evening we put a message. What? In our group. Okay. That this we are planning to do. So tomorrow you are also prepared. I am doubly prepared. So tell me, when does planning start? As soon as this lecture over, directly start. Oh yaar, I could have done this better. I could have done this better. And till when it continues? Till the time next lecture is over. Fully planning, planning, planning. Right now I am thinking or how to teach next chart. Oh, very good. Too much explanation I gave, useless. Concentrate. What is planning? Planning is not a separate phase of audit. Just right. They can ask us any case study. Okay. But continuous and iterative process that began shortly after completion of last year audit and continues till current year audit. Are you clear? Let's take another example. You will feel after inter life is easy. No, you again plan. Or inter to everyone clears. Let's plan for final. After final, CA planning you do. After CA, office planning. Office as soon as then marriage planning. Marriage then children planning. Children then children marriage planning. Planning life is like that. So when will planning end? When we die. Moving on. Second, benefits of planning. Your next question. Sir, inside explanation not written. ICI also not written. ICI like this only. Sometime only they write. Sir, why should I do audit planning? Can you guide me? Yes, yes, yes. Second question. Very easy, so comes less, but no problem. Proper organization and management of audit engagement. See, now all points super easy. Huh? So relax and listen. Nothing brain required. See, tell me, I can organize and manage engagement in better way. Planning means what? I will allocate number of hours. Okay. For example, see, if you don't know, I make proper budget and based on that billing is done. This explanation not given in book. I know. Okay. So inventory this many area, this many hours. Fixed asset this many hours. Sales this many hours. I will do total, multiply the rate per hour for all different people and bill to the client. Now if I am able to do in that number of hours, tell me, my engagement will be profitable. Which engagement? Audit engagement. See here. So proper organization and management. If planning is done, work can be done in effective and efficient manner. Why? Because we are able to complete in allocated hours. So my audit will be profitable. Next, attention to important areas. If I do planning, I know risk is more in inventory, risk is more in sale. I can devote attention to important areas. In those areas, timely resolution of potential problem. I will know which all problem can come. I will solve fast. Why? Because I devoted attention to those areas. Proper selection of engagement team. You see, plan is prepared by whom? Manager. Manager can select proper team with appropriate level of capability and competence. Shreya, you are new, you do operating expense. Are Alok, you are very old, you do inventory. I can do proper planning. I will select the member as per appropriate level of capability and competence. Second, direction and supervision is also easy. My team is there, so I will review their work. Direction and supervision is easy if planning is done. This work you review, this work you review. Okay, understood. Easy coordination. If planning is done, I can coordinate with experts. Okay, why expert needed? Are particular now sometimes you need to do valuation of building. You don't know how to arrive at the life of building. Okay, life of asset. So you can coordinate. These day audit is we are free. Let's call expert on these days. So it's part of planning only. Actuarial valuation people went to call. Sometimes joint auditors are there when to call. Okay, so I can coordinate with expert. Over. Tell me, what are benefit of planning? Is it easy? No, no, no. Super easy. You found hard, but in 1 second over. Number one, planning benefit, proper organization and management of audit engagement. Okay, I can organize and manage audit engagement. Attention to important areas if I do planning. Those areas, timely resolution of potential problem in those areas. Remember 3 points. Done. Last 3 points. Proper selection of engagement team. Same team, direction and supervision of engagement team. Easy coordination. Over. Proper selection of engagement team. Same team, direction and supervision of engagement team. Easy coordination. Chalo, moving on. What are benefits of planning? Sir, please, can you guide? Yes, proper organization and management of audit engagement. I will know important area, attention to important area. In those area, timely resolution of potential problem. Last 3 point, proper selection of engagement team. Team is mine. Review also I will do. Direction and supervision of engagement team. Easy coordination, easy coordination, easy coordination. Super duper easy. 5 second break. Done. Sir, what are benefits of planning? Proper organization and management of audit engagement. In those engagement, attention to important area. Timely resolution of potential problem. Last 3 point. Okay. Proper selection of engagement team. Team is mine, so I will only supervise. Direction and supervision of engagement team. Easy coordination. Moving on. Come here, come here, come here. Next question. This question has also come twice. Okay, all questions have come by the way. Okay, this cannot come. Why? Because it is part of chapter 11. But still, I will explain. First, let's finish this. See, in audit, there are two procedures. Those of you who don't know, okay, RAP and FAP. This is very basic. It is part of chapter 3. So I cannot discuss right now very much in detail. But understand again, risk assessment procedure, further audit procedure. One more time. First, I identify the risk. Based on that, I decide whether shall I do detailed audit or less detailed audit. One more time. See, in inventory, risk is less. So I will do less substantive audit. Moving on. But in payroll means what? Salary calculation. Risk is more. So I will go more detailed audit. Okay. So there are two procedures in audit that is decided in audit plan, which will be risk assessment procedure, which will be further audit procedure, which you will understand little tomorrow, more day after tomorrow. I hope clear. So following, as of now, just understand like that. Following procedures are to be done prior to performance of FAP. They will ask in exam which audit procedures are to be done in, not RAP. They will ask you before doing FAP. In planning, before doing further audit procedure, which procedures are to be done? Following audit procedures need to be done in RAP before doing FAP. Okay, so first I identify risk, only then there are further audit procedure. So what question will come? Which audit procedures are to be done in planning phase prior to doing further audit procedure? What shall I do? Risk assessment procedure I will do. But in that what? Number one, general understanding of legal and regulatory framework applicable to the entity. How entity is complying with the same. So first we check which all laws are applicable to company. Is company complying with the same? Then risk is less. I will do further audit procedure less. But if company is not following any law, then I need to do further audit procedure more. I'm also linking it. Okay. Second, analytical procedure I do whenever I get trial balance before doing audit. Okay. Trial balance is there. Analytical means checking ratios. I will basically check sales to courier cost is 5%. So is it 5% here? Sometimes it is showing 3%. Means there is a chance of dummy sale. That's analytical procedure. Simple another calculation. 1 month rent is 2 lakh. So 12 months should be 24 lakh. By mistake, if it is 36 lakh, no, I will do tick mark in rent. Means I have to check rent in detail. And maybe new building. I hope clear. Other risk assessment procedures are also there. Can you guide a few? Okay. We do observation, inspection like that, which we will study later. As of now, no explanation given in this question by ICI. Okay. So analytical procedure to be done as risk assessment procedure. Performance of other risk assessment procedures we do. Okay. To check whether controls are strong or not. Simple. To find out control risk. Determination of materiality, involvement of expert. Determination, why materiality important? Very good question. Because we will check all items which are material only. We will not devote time on immaterial item. How to calculate materiality, chapter 3. And involvement of expert. Why? So we can call them and involve them, take their dates. Okay, very simple. In 1 second we can learn. Inside no explanation given. Start. Tell me, certain procedure are to be done prior to doing FAP. One more time. Following procedure are to be done prior to doing further audit procedure. Very, very simple. Number one, general understanding of legal and regulatory framework applicable to entity. How entity is complying with the same. General understanding of legal and regulatory framework applicable to entity. How entity is complying with the same. Okay. Performance of analytical procedure to be done as RAP. Performance of other risk assessment procedure. Determination of materiality, involvement of expert. Determination of materiality, involvement of expert. One last time. Following procedures are to be done prior to doing FAP. Prior to FAP, there is RAP. In RAP, how many procedures shall I do? 5. General understanding of legal and regulatory framework applicable to entity. How entity is complying with the same. Okay. Second, analytical procedure to be done as RAP. Performance of other risk assessment procedure to find out control risk. Controls are strong or weak. Determination of materiality, involvement of expert. Learn nicely. Moving on. I hope it is done. Tell me. Following procedure need to be done prior to doing FAB. General understanding of legal and regulatory framework applicable to entity, how entity is complying with the same. Analytical procedure to be done as RAP. Performance of other risk assessment procedure, determination of materiality, involvement of expert. Now, this question in detail we will understand in chapter 11. But they've given here, so I don't want to skip. Okay, they've given here, so I don't want to skip. So I will explain very briefly. Detailed explanation of every point will come in chapter 11. Okay, start. Planning process. They can ask a question, elements of planning. In this you have to write two, preliminary engagement and planning. In planning there are two things. First, preliminary means before accepting engagement, and the second is plan. Plan to very simple. Tell me in plan what I will make. Establishment of overall audit strategy, overall audit plan. Establishment of overall audit strategy, overall audit plan. This much understood, super duper understood. Do not worry. Okay, so plan. In plan, two things: overall audit strategy, overall audit plan. In preliminary engagement, what is preliminary? Before accepting engagement, three things are there. Before you accept any audit, you have to do three work that we'll study in chapter 11, but still they've given here, so I'll explain. Number one, perform procedure regarding acceptance and continuance of client. Don't accept any client. We have to ask four questions before accepting audit. So here, that we'll study in chapter 11. Perform procedures regarding acceptance and continuance of client. I will just tell you one point. You have to look at integrity of owner management TCWG. Is owner ethical or not? If ethical, only then accept the audit. Moving on. Second, evaluate compliance with ethical requirement including independence. Okay, will you remain ethical? Are you independent? You have to check that also. If independent, only then audit. Otherwise, it will be a biased audit. So engagement partner has to see whether he and his team has followed ethical requirements, including independence. Last point, understand terms of engagement. Accept audit only if management agrees to your term. Auditor should send engagement letter and both management and auditor should agree to terms of engagement. Then what happens? Planning. In planning, two steps: overall audit strategy, overall audit plan. Overall audit strategy, overall audit plan. Over. Now these three things in very much detail you will understand. Like, let's take example. Third point you must have understood because we studied that in detail. Okay. So first two are pending. Very simple. It can come in exam or not. I don't know. But ideally they should ask in chapter 11. So tell me, in planning there are two things. Elements of planning. Don't make a plan. Preliminary engagement and planning. Preliminary means before accepting engagement and planning. Preliminary engagement and planning. Preliminary engagement and planning. In preliminary, there are 3 points. Perform procedure regarding acceptance and continuance of client. Shall we accept any client? Okay, we have to check 4 points. That. Second, evaluate compliance with ethical requirement, including independence. Whether partner and his team can remain ethical. Third, understand the terms of engagement. Okay, do both auditor and management agree with terms of engagement? And last, in planning there are two things: development of overall audit strategy, overall audit plan. Development of overall audit strategy, overall audit plan. This in detail, chapter 11 we will discuss. Planning also over. Last question. Audit program super simple. They don't like audit program because it is very simple. But still we will discuss, and with this our chapter will be over. Okay. Now come to the last part, audit program. I will briefly explain audit program, only 2 minutes, super duper you will understand. What is audit program? What I will check in each area is audit program. Let's take example. I am not showing you and making you more complicated. See here. This is what audit program for borrowings. In borrowings, I will check these many points. That's audit program. In sales, what to check? These many points. In purchase, what to check? These many points. In inventory, what to check? These many points. Audit program is nothing. Series of verification procedure. What are procedure? This one. To be applied to each item of financial statement. See, this is share capital, common, trade payable, provision. Are you clear? Fixed asset, investment. Audit program is nothing but series of verification procedure to be applied to items of financial statement. Why do I do? For getting sufficient and appropriate evidence to express an opinion. Over. You don't have to learn, but by default it got learned. What is audit program? Series of verification procedure. Where to apply? To be applied to items of financial statement for getting sufficient and appropriate evidence. But why? To enable auditor to express opinion. Simple, dimple, pimple. Listen nicely now. One last time. What is audit program? Audit program is nothing. Listen, no. What is audit program? It is series of verification procedure to be applied to items of financial statement. Why? To get sufficient and appropriate evidence to enable auditor to express a report. Over. Now, this much if you understood, super easy all point will be. Now, for every, if little detail audit you understand, otherwise you will understand this point in chapter 4. Little detail, little. I will go. If you understand, very good, otherwise ignore. For every point which I am doing, every procedure I am doing, there is a purpose of that procedure. Now you will say, what do you mean by the purpose? Little, let me give 5 minutes. Every point I am doing in audit program, there is a purpose. That purpose is called assertion. You know what is assertion? Management is basic. Assert means to tell, to state. Today is a Tuesday. I am asserting. Okay. Now you check whether I am speaking true or not. So assertions, management is saying we have followed these things. Auditor, you check whether we have really followed these things. Okay. Assert means to specify, to tell in detail, chapter 4. See here. Obtain list of investments. Why do I get list of investment? For three purposes. Three, purpose. So purpose is assertion. Why am I doing? See, for completeness. Okay. So management is saying our investments are complete. Once we get the list, we will know whether it is really complete. Are they hiding anything? Okay. In balance sheet, total is this much. Otherwise, existence. If I get list of investment, I will know, does it really exist? Management is saying it exists. Presentation, disclosure. So for every audit procedure, there is a assertion. There is a point of doing everything. Okay. This every point has some purpose. That purpose is assertion. Who has told, who is asserting? Management is asserting. I have to check. But what are assertions? Chapter 4. Moving on. Simple assertion is management is saying we have followed completeness, existence, valuation, rights and obligation. We have to check. Okay. But you did not understand, ignore. Listen now. What is audit program? It is series of verification procedure to be applied to items of financial statement for getting sufficient and appropriate evidence to enable auditor to express opinion. Shall I need to learn? No. Moving on. Now, several case study may come. All case study are super duper time pass. First point. Business vary in nature, size, composition and internal control. Let me explain all words. Size. Tell me size means what? There is a one barber shop and another Reliance industry. Tell me, audit program will be same for both? Of course not. Reliance very much a detailed listed company. Barber shop small, size small. Nature, a nature of business also different for both. Understand? Okay. Size, nature. Nature means what? Balaji wafer and Balaji telefilms. Absolutely different business. How can one audit program be there? Balaji wafer is wafer. But Balaji telefilm is Ekta Kapoor. Are you clear? क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी. Nature. Composition. Composition means what? Businesses. I have steel and automobile business. Someone has telecom business. Program different. And state of internal control. My internal control third class. Another company very good. Audit program will be different. So any word can come based on nature, size, composition and internal control. One more time. Nature, size, composition and internal control. Work which is suitable for one business may not be suitable for another. Hence, one audit program for all business is not suitable. Understood, sir? Same thing written here. So, what you have to do? When you make a audit program, make a standard program. Minimum, I will check this. And then when you do go to do audit, if you find 2-3 points extra, check in detail. If you find your internal control too good, then don't check few points. Understood? Having regard to same English, nature, size, composition and internal control. We frame a program with minimum essential work. This much I will check. But as experience is gained, we will take care of those situations that were left out. Or if I am checking too much in detail, I will check less. So we frame a program with minimum work, standard program and alterations based on where you go. So anyways you will understand. Second, tell me, will you review audit program or continue same program? Of course, review every year. Business could be changed of the client, business policy, then audit program will also change. My business became offline to online, so program will change. See, periodic review of program. Whether the same continues to be adequate for obtaining knowledge about transaction. Unless this is done, any change in business policy may not be known and audit will be done based on obsolete program. Then case can also be there. ICI will file case, third class auditor. I hope you understood. Okay. So periodically you have to keep on reviewing whether audit program is making sense or not. Unless this is done, any audit done will be negligently done. I hope it's clear. Second. Another important point I don't think given here, okay, or if given, I don't know. Then we'll move on to three questions. All are super simple. Many times we are doing audit, okay. So article assistant, if he comes to know anything in audit program, he has to tell to senior person. Many times they will say it was not written in audit program, so article ignored. Not allowed. If article assistant comes to know anything in the audit program, he will immediately report to supervisor or senior, who will then tell what else to do. So remember, they can ask, okay, not given in program, so article ignored. Not allowed. If article comes to know of anything, okay, which raises the doubt or there is little suspicion, then he will talk with whom? Principal or senior, who will decide what to do further. Over. No more case study, everything done. Come here. First question. While developing audit program, auditor may decide whether to rely on control. However, auditor may decide not to rely. Tell me, if we rely in audit program, checking will be less. If controls are third class, more checking. Control too good, less checking. First question. I don't know whether these learning questions come or not, but there are three learning questions. Okay, very simple. All three super duper time pass. Constructing audit program. First question, can if it comes then bonus, huh? Bonus. Paper leak question. Whenever you construct the audit program, keep in mind 5 points. Okay, so they will ask in exam. Whenever new audit program is made, how many points to keep in mind? Constructing audit program, how many points to keep in mind? Sir, listen, no. Whenever I construct audit program, how many points to keep in mind? Number one, stay within the scope and limitation of assignment. Always remember, stay within your scope. Okay. Are this employee coming very late? How are you concerned? You are concerned with financial statement. Sir, this machine is not working since 4 days. It's not your dad's company. Or look at her clothes. Not able to understand only. Is she coming to office or doing time pass? Stay within the scope and limitation, baby. How are you concerned? Why are you looking at her? Generally, I looked. Not allowed. Stay within the scope and limitation of assignment. 2. Consider all possibility of error. Doesn't mean you don't interfere. Whenever financial statement are there, no point should be left out. Consider all possibility of error. Third, written program, otherwise you will forget. Okay, I want to check 4 points. No, written. That is why every single thing we write in magic book, I also forget. Okay. Fourth, determine evidence available. Identify best evidence for deriving satisfaction. You must have heard Hindi song. Aadha tera ishq, aadha mera. Very famous animal movie. Sir, I don't watch only Hindi. Not good language. No problem. Then English I will tell. Determine evidence available. Identify best evidence for deriving satisfaction. This much is available. This is best. So this much more to cover. Example. You are checking fixed assets. Till last year to already checked no by another auditor. Only check this year additions. Understood? Determine evidence available. Till last year evidence available. Identify best evidence. Best evidence is what? Check additions of this year. Companies since 45 years. You will not check all. Determine evidence available. Identify best evidence for deriving satisfaction. Now apply only those steps which are useful in that situation. In that situation, what is useful? Check additions of current year. Don't be mad and check all. I will check all. No. Apply only those steps and procedure which are useful for verification in that situation. Last, coordinate the procedure to be applied to related items. Whichever are related, no, give to same person. Example, whoever is checking sale, easy to check debtors. Sale debtor. Understood. Whoever checking fixed asset, depreciation give to same person. Understood. Related item, same person. Yes. So over. Tell me, while constructing audit program, keep in mind 5 points. While constructing audit program, keep in mind 5 points. Simple, very simple. Listen. Stay within the scope and limitation of assignment. But at the same time, consider all possibility of error. Third, determine evidence available. Identify best evidence for deriving satisfaction. This much available, this is best. Determine evidence available. Identify best evidence for deriving satisfaction. Now to reach to best, apply only those steps and procedure which are useful for verification in that situation. Apply only those steps and procedure which are useful for verification in that situation. Coordinate the procedure to be applied to related item. Coordinate the procedure to be applied to related item. Over. How much ever time you want, we can speak. Okay, start. Sir, constructing audit program question comes, then how many point to write? 5. Constructing. Number 1, stay within the scope and limitation of assignment, but at the same time, consider all possibility of error. Third, written audit program. Okay. Determine the evidence available. Identify best evidence is this for deriving satisfaction. Now to reach to best, apply only those steps and procedure which are useful for verification in that situation. Coordinate the procedure to be applied to related item. Coordinate the procedure to be applied to related item. Over. 6 points are there. Yes. Small break, 10 seconds. Done. One, two, three. English. Let us start. Sir. Constructing audit program. How many points to keep in mind? Six. Number one, stay within the scope and limitation of assignment, but at the same time, consider all possibility of error. Determine the evidence available and identify best evidence is this for deriving satisfaction. To reach here, apply only those steps and procedure which are useful for verification in that situation. Written program I forgot. Last, coordinate the procedure to be applied to related item. Over. Last two questions, baby. Advantage and disadvantage of audit program. Very simple. See. First point, self-explanatory points are there. Still, I will read. In absence of written program, there is danger of ignoring books and records. Tell me, if program is not written, will I forget 2 points? Of course, yes. Out of 6, I will do only 4. Second, serves as a guide for audit to be done in future year. This year, Raj did audit. Tomorrow, Siraj will do. Now, Siraj again needs to apply brain. But if audit program is made, he can copy that. It will serve as a guide. Arey yaar, this same program I will follow. 2 extra points. Serves as a guide for audit to be done in future year. Simple. Now, government puts a case. CRAT did third class audit. CRAT did not do proper audit. ICI puts a case. What you will do? Serves as a evidence. In case charge of negligence is brought against auditor. What you will tell? I checked this. Mad you are. All 6 points. Evidence. Next. Third, now 3 points are of articles. You article. Selection of assistant based on job becomes easy when work is segregated or divided. When you divide work into several areas, fixed asset, current asset, payroll, easy to select article. Raj, you do this. Are Shefali, you do this. Are Kiran, you do this. Are Priya, you do this. Based on capability. Selection of assistant becomes easy when work is segregated. Second, selected. It gives assistant clear set of instructions. Priya will know I need to check 8 point. Raj, I need to check 6. It gives assistant clear set of instruction. As soon as work is done, you also write work done by Priya, reviewed by Bob, whatever. Are you clear? So we always write done by, reviewed by. These days we don't write with pen. These days there is a left click in the computer. So I am doing work in this computer in Big 4 I am saying. I will do left click. Automatic it will come. Prepared by Mrugesh Madlani. Automatic it comes. It means sign off. In computer only sign is done. Automatic because it's from my computer. Then person who reviews no. He will also do left click. Means reviewed by Sunil. Over. So assistant by putting the signature means digital signature. Assistant by putting signature accept responsibility of the work can be traced back. Sir, what do you mean by traced back? If I put signature, they can trace I had done the work directly. If doubt comes, no, Mr. Mrugesh, you have done this work. No, I have not done. Then who signed this? I have done. Sorry, sir, sorry. Next, principal can monitor progress of work by audit program. Principal can also check out of 6 how many points done. Okay, in which area how many points done. Last, in case of major audit, it gives total perspective of work. I want to know total how much work I can know. If you remember 5 point, super duper easy, easily we will learn. Too much I have made you learn. Why? Because I know I cannot go on road no to teach everyone. Yaar, you also learn all 8 point. I know all 8. They will not listen. So better I will make you learn only all 8. Here, 1, 2, 3, start. Advantage of audit program. Written audit program serves principal and assistant with total perspective of work. You just remember this line. Easily you can remember 6 points. Written audit program serves principal and assistant with total perspective of work. Last time. Written audit program serves principal and assistant with total perspective of work. Now all points super simple. Written. In absence of written program, there is danger of ignoring books and records. Easy. In absence of written program, there is danger of ignoring books and records. Now take serve, second word serve. Serves as a guide, serves as a evidence. Serves as a guide, serves as a evidence. Serves as a guide for audit to be done in future year. Serves as a evidence in case charge of negligence is brought against the auditor. Remember 3 points. Break of 3 seconds. 5 second take. Done. Now take assistant point. From there only we will make 3 points. Okay. First tell me what you will do. Select assistant. Selection of assistant becomes easy when work is segregated or divided. Now I selected Priya. What work Priya will do? It gives assistant clear set of instruction. Priya will check 6 points. It gives assistant clear set of instruction of work to be done. After doing work, Priya will do sign. Assistant by putting signature, accept responsibility of the work. Work can be traced back over. All 3 points done of assistant. Simple. Selection of assistant becomes easy when work is segregated. Now I got selected. I will know I have to do 8 points. It gives assistant clear set of instruction of work to be done. Assistant by putting signature, accept responsibility of work. Work can be traced back. Remember 3 points. Time up. Very, very easy. Next. Last. Written audit program serves principal and assistant. Sorry. Serves assistant and principal with total perspective. So now principal. Principal word. Principal can monitor progress of work by audit program. And total perspective in case of major audit, it gives total perspective of work. Simple. Principal can monitor progress by audit program. In case of major audit, it gives total perspective of work. Remember last 2 points also. Done. Now easily I can speak 6 points. Tell me, what are advantage of audit program? Written audit program serves principal and assistant with total perspective of work. Only remember this much, very simple. In absence of written program, there is danger of ignoring certain books and records. Serves as a guide for audit to be done in future year. Serves as a evidence in case charge of negligence is brought against the auditor. Assistant. First selecting. Selection of assistant becomes easy when work is segregated or divided. I selected. It gives assistant clear set of instruction of work to be done. Now assistant will put sign. Assistant by putting signature. Accept responsibility of work. Work can be traced back. Principal. Principal can monitor progress of work with the help of audit program. In case of major audit, it gives total perspective of work. Over. Last question, guys. Chapter finish. What are disadvantage of audit program? Number one, let us understand. Work can become mechanical. Some parts are performed without understanding real objective. Let's take example. See, you have given 6 points, so you are doing 6 points only. You don't know why you are doing. Many times people don't understand assertion. I am checking this point to check valuation of investment, that you don't know. Work becomes mechanical. It is like what, 6 points given, let us check, over. So big disadvantage. Work can become mechanical. Some steps are performed without understanding the assertions, which we'll study in chapter 4. Second, inefficient assistant can take shelter behind the program. Many times we will check basic thing, you did not check TDS, not written in audit program. then directly that question will come which I told you. Always remember, if we have certain doubt, we have to talk to senior manager or principal. And then based on that, we have to decide what to do. You cannot directly say not given in program. Your brain is also there. But it's a disadvantage. Many people what they say, not given in program. Inefficient article can take shelter behind the program, saying such point was not given in program. Third, program can be rigid and inflexible following set rule. Business change, program not change. See, you cannot work. It's audit is an art. It is not science. It is this many points learned. No, program can be rigid and inflexible. Business is change, but program is not change. Last, hard and if we keep on forcing him, you have to do this only. Hard and fast program will kill initiative of enterprising article. Many people like to apply their own brain. What to check here? Let me do analysis. But this point tells what? Check 7 points. Over. Hard and fast program will kill initiative of enterprising articles. Over. Shall we learn? Yes, 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 yes. What are disadvantage of audit program? Audit program में हमारी मारी or marry, whatever you like. Marry. Simple. Remember one word. English you can easily expand. What is M? Work can become mechanical. A. Inefficient assistant. Inefficient assistant. Program can be rigid and inflexible. Rigid and I. Hard and fast program may kill initiative. Now how much ever time you want we can speak English. Disadvantage of audit program. Audit program ने हमारी मारी or marry. Work can become mechanical. Some parts are performed without understanding real objective. Learn this first one. Done. A. Inefficient assistant can take shelter behind the program, saying nothing was written in program. R. Program can be rigid and inflexible. Business is changed. Program is not changed. Lad. Hard and fast program will kill initiative of enterprising assistant. Over. Small break of 10 seconds. चलो डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ ऑडिट प्रोग्राम कम ऑन एवरीवन ऑडिट प्रोग्राम ने हमारी मारी मैरी वर्क कैन बिकम मैकेनिकल सम पार्ट्स आर परफॉर्म्ड विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑब्जेक्टिव ए inefficient assistant can take shelter behind the program r program can be rigid and inflexible business is changed program is not changed I hard and fast program will kill initiative of enterprising assistant. Over. One question was pending. Let's finish this. Document. See, last I have to write everything. What I will write? Strategy, plan and program. Everything I have to document. See, auditor will document strategy. What is strategy? Overall audit strategy is record of key decisions taken, which include overall scope, timing and direction of audit. Only remember this much. It is a record of key decisions necessary to plan audit, which includes overall scope, timing and direction and communicate to team. What is audit plan? It is audit plan is nothing but record of nature, timing and extent of RAP and FAP. What is RAP? Risk assessment procedure. What is FAP? Further audit procedure. Audit plan is nothing but record of. Nature means which procedures you will do, timing when you will do, extent how much detail you will do. Audit plan is nothing but record of. Nature, NTE, nature, timing, extent of. RAP and FAP. What is RAP? Risk assessment procedure. What is FAP? Further audit procedure. What is nature? Which procedure? Timing when, extent how much. Okay, so audit plan is nothing but record of nature, timing and extent of RAP and FAP. Last, changes means what are the changes made to strategy and plan. If you make changes to strategy and plan, audit procedure will also change. If I decide from aggressive we will play defensive cricket, players will change. See here, changes in plan and strategy will also change. Nature, timing and extent of RAP and FAP. Over. So tell me, what will I document? Overall audit strategy, overall audit plan, changes made to strategy and plan which will also change. NTE of RAP and FAP. Over. With this, I think in the most brilliant way, amazing way, if you do 2-3 times more at home, super easy, we have finished entire 10-mark chapter. Amazing, leader. Unlimited like you have to give 2-3 crore like. We are done. Now what is the mood? Are you still in mood to study? Then we finish one more chapter and then take break, or you want break right now, as you say. Decide fast and fast. Break of 5 minutes, and some are saying chapter 6 do. Agree means what? In agree means what? Mood is there, okay. Let's do little chapter 6, okay. Break. Breakfast break, shall we give it 10? That's more okayish time. As you say. Shall we study 15-20 minutes? Only 15-20. 9:45 is more appropriate time. Or if you are tired, we'll give right now. No tension. If I give right now, what will happen? I will finish chapter 6 and over. 15 minutes we will study. Chapter 6 is 10 times more smaller than this. We have only one page to study. But I don't want one page. I want to explain concept and purpose. Only 2 questions we will do. And 3 if possible. Maximum 1 or 2 questions we will do and then take a break. Okay. In 10-15 minutes still if we study, it will be more better. So after break, I can do one chart also of chapter 11. Then also it's worth. It's great. We can do up to 10 years. But it should go also in your head. Okay. That is what the intention is. We don't want to rush because anyways we are doing booster. Double rushing is not required and these are good chapters. So small break of 1 minute and then we proceed. Okay. Come to chapter 6 everyone. Essay 230 audit documentation. Chapter 6 we are starting till now. How many chapters are over? Till now, we have done how many chapters? Okay. Chapter wise weights. Shall I send in group today? Shall I share in group today? I don't think I have handy. I will share today in group. Okay, I do have. If you want, you can take photo also. I think I have. In group, I will share, but see here. This is the photo. This is chapter wise weightage. Take photo if you want. Okay, let me do zoom screen. Then take. This is of ICI only. So we are done with this 6 marks. This is 10. Let's take middle 5, 15 marks. After 15, we will do 4 today, 19. 19 and last part also we will finish maybe. Chapter 11 also. So we are already done with around roughly 30 marks today or 25. Done. Chalo. Break over. Let's study for 2 questions, 3 questions, little 15, 20 minutes. Amazing. Pay attention. Very easy chapter, very time pass chapter, whatever. There has to be one question from this chapter. It takes only half an hour to do. Okay. Provided we are in fresh mood. We have already studied a difficult chapter. So now it might take more time, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, start. Welcome back. What is documentation? Everything you need to write. Why I need to write? It's a proof that I have done audit. Next year also it will help me. Okay, if some other auditor comes, it will help me. Documentation is a must. I still remember in my first audit, I understood everything. I checked this, but I never wrote. And then someone scolded me like hell. They said, every time when I review your work, I will not be near you. Understand? Documentation means opposite person should understand what work I have done. Every time you cannot remain with me while I am checking the work. My manager told me, today we are together because you don't know how to do audit. I said, but every time review. No, I am sitting in Pune and you are sitting somewhere in maybe Hyderabad. Then how to check audit? How to review the work? I said, then you can call me. We are not free. You need to write every single thing. We write, we have checked this, we have done this, we have done this, we are documentation is nothing but writing everything. Very, very simple. And that day he told me brilliant line. Work not documented is not done. If you have not written, you have not done it. I said, how you can tell like that? Compulsory it is like this. So please write. That is, and from that day I got a brilliant habit. Every single thing I write. You might think that I have so much knowledge. Absolutely not. I do have knowledge, but I forget. So what I do, everything I write. See here, what to speak in class. This is my magic book. See here, many people say, "Are you also write?" Yes. If I don't write, I will never remember. Every point explanation what I will speak, I have written here. Whole lecture scripted. Comma also I know where to speak. See here. I don't know whether I can show you properly or not. But if you can see, entire this book is decorated. I say no. If you write only marks come. See here. Fully blue pen. Every time I take lecture, I write. See here. What to speak, what every point explanation. Sometimes too much I write. I don't speak that much. But see here. See this chapter 2. Whatever I have spoken, I have written. I don't know whether you can see that blue or not. But I hope it's clear. This is documentation. And from that day, brilliant habit. Wherever I do anything in life, I take pen and start to write. Sometimes I forget pen. Then I have to order in hotel. In hotel, I order the pen. I take print out and then directly again I write. So beautiful habit I got from that. Soft copy brings soft result. Hard copy, hard result. Documentation is a must. Okay. Chalo, shall we go ahead? Yes, sir. So 1, 2, 3, start. Let's learn definition. Let's do 2 questions and then it's the time for break. In this chapter, we have to learn only 2 questions. Let us finish both learning and then we can take a break. Okay, 1, 2, 3. What is documentation? It's a record of audit procedures performed, audit evidence obtained, and the conclusion reached. Very simple. What is documentation? It is a record of audit procedures done. From procedure, what do we get? Audit evidence obtained and conclusion reached. That's documentation. One last time. What is documentation? It is record of audit procedures performed, audit evidence obtained, and the conclusion reached means which report given. You should have the proof why you gave qualified report, why you gave adverse report. Over. One last time. What is documentation? It is record of audit procedures performed. From that, what you get? Audit evidence obtained and conclusion reached. We also call it working paper or work paper. Sir, can you tell few example of documentation? Audit strategy, plan, program, okay, document, analysis. You have done few analysis sheet, depreciation calculation. That's documentation. Issue list, issues you have created. That 8 issue came in the audit. Documentation. Confirmation you got, checklist you got, documentation. Over. Thank you so much, Kerala. Aditya is saying amazing conceptual clarity. I am not able to give much clarity because time less. Otherwise, super clarity I have in life. Concentrate. It is also called as work paper. Example, audit program, analysis, issue memorandum, letter of confirmation, checklist. Over. So let's learn definition. This just you have to read once. Definition also never came till now. But so easy you will feel 10 minutes he finished chapter. So that is why. What is documentation? It's a record of audit procedure performed, audit evidence obtained, and conclusion reached. One last time, what is documentation? It's a record of audit procedure performed. From there, what you get? Audit evidence obtained and conclusion reached. Over. Also called as work paper. Tell example. Audit analysis sheet, audit program, issue sheet, letter of confirmation, checklist. All these are documentation. Moving on. Now 2 questions we have to learn. Can we start? Yes, sir. 1, 2, 3. Purpose of documentation. Can it come? Definitely it can come. Why do I do documentation? All point will be easy or hard. Super duper easy. Let us start. Tell me, why do I do document? What is this? Why do I do documentation? With the help of that, I can plan and perform the audit. Okay. If in documentation it is written, I have to do 8 steps. I will do 8 steps. Helps to plan and perform the audit. Second, if I have done work, I already told you one, no explanation is given by ICI. I am still giving. Second, enable team member to be accountable for the work. Okay. Let us take example. As soon as I write anything, no. I also told you I write prepared by Mrugesh Madlani. So I am accountable. Tomorrow, if any mistake done, directly manager will call me. Hello, what is this? Sir, I have not done. Name you have written. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. So, okay. So helps the team member to plan and perform the audit because audit program. Okay. Second, enable team member to be accountable for work. Third point. Helps the member of the team to direct and supervise work and discharge their review responsibility. With documentation, we know he's going to check the work. Okay, so if I have done documentation, someone will review. Help the member of the team means manager to direct and supervise my work and discharge the review responsibility. I hope this point is also clear. Yes, sir. So tell me, in documentation we like two things, prepared by, reviewed by. So if reviewed by is written, it means what? It helps the member of team to direct and supervise the work, discharge their review responsibility. Fourth, retaining significant matter helps me in a future audit. Tell me, if I retain important things in fixed asset, I did this. In depreciation, I did this. So in future audit, I will know. Next time, it will not take that much time. So again, now I need to take Hindi revision. Will it take more time? No, I have written. But still, I am mad. I write every time because so many magic book available here. So what to do? Okay, so I keep on writing. Moving on. So retaining significant matter helps me in future audit. Okay. Third, last 2 points over. Enabling conduct of quality control inspection and review. Many times, peer review chapter is there in CA final. Just for knowledge, I am telling you. Our work is checked by another CA, compulsory required CA institute. So other CA will tell, I did not do proper work. What I will say? See, documentation is done. So enabling conduct of quality control inspection and review. Let me explain this point. Ernst and Young is a big four. They want that their big four status should remain. So EY India work is checked by EY US, Ernst and Young US. So tell me, US will check whether work is proper. How to check? If documentation is done, they can easily rely. Arey, haan, work is proper. Enabling conduct of quality control inspection and review. Last point, enabling conduct of external inspection as per legal and regulatory requirement. Sometimes SEBI will also check whether work is done properly. Example, there is court case going on in Anil Ambani company. So now we want to check auditor is also involved or not. So if I have done documentation, I will be saved. Enabling conduct of external inspection as per legal and regulatory requirement. Sir, what's the difference between these two? This is internal, this is external. I want to ask last question. Tell me, our work will be checked by our team or others? Both. Enabling conduct of quality control inspection, enabling conduct of external inspection by SEBI, MCA, okay, as per legal or regulatory requirement. Now, most important, they ask case study only this time. So they can ask this. Tell me, when should documentation be done? You tell me. When should you do document? Many people, after class over, they start making notes. Crazy kiya re. What's the use? It should be done along with audit. It helps in effective and efficient review. If I write everything, my manager can easily check. So audit documentation has to be prepared on timely basis along with audit. When class is going on, you have to prepare notes. It helps in effective and efficient review. Documentation prepared later is likely to be less accurate and less effective. After entire class over, will you remember? You don't remember my name also. True, 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 true. After your lecture is over, I start to prepare notes. Very good. Crazy. So very simple last time here. Audit documentation has to be prepared along with audit. It helps in effective and efficient review. Documentation prepared later is likely to be less accurate. Now let us learn this. Easy? No, super easy. What is the purpose of documentation? First point, assist the members of engagement team to perform the work. Assist the engagement team to plan and perform the work. With the help of documentation, I know who is going to do what work and what points to do. Assist the engagement team to plan and perform the work. I did the work. I did sign. I am accountable. Enable team member to be accountable for the work. Remember 2 points. What is the purpose of documentation? Assist the team member to plan and perform the work. Assist the team member to be accountable for the work because I did my sign. Now someone will supervise my work. Assist members of engagement team to direct and supervise work and discharge their review responsibility. If I have written, it is easy to direct and supervise. Check the work. Okay, so 3 points done. Enable engagement team to plan and perform the audit. Enable the engagement team to be accountable for the work. Okay, now someone will check my work. Assist members of engagement team to direct and supervise work and discharge their review responsibility. Learn 3 points. Done. Last 3 points. Retaining record of significant matter helps me in a future audit. Retaining record of significant matter helps me in a future audit. Now, internal review, external review, internal review, external. Enabling conduct of quality control inspection and review. Enabling conduct of external inspection as per legal and regulatory requirement. Over. 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 Simple. Enabling conduct of quality control inspection and review. Enabling conduct of external inspection as per legal and regulatory requirement. Over. Easy? No. Super easy. Super easy. 1, 2, 3. Sir, please tell me what is the purpose of documentation. Very simple. Assist the engagement team to plan and perform the audit. Now, if I sign, I am accountable. Enable the engagement team or enable member of the engagement team to be accountable for the work. Now, someone will check my work because I have prepared documentation. Assist members of engagement team to direct and supervise work and discharge their review responsibility. Last 3 point time pass. Retaining significant matter helps me in future audit. Internal, external, enabling conduct of quality control inspection and review, enabling conduct of external inspection as per legal and regulatory requirement. Still, I am giving 10-second break in case pending. Time up. Tell me what's the purpose of documentation. Assist the members of engagement team to plan and perform the audit. Okay, enable team member to be accountable for the work. Okay, assist the members of engagement team to direct and supervise work and discharge their review responsibility. 1, 2, 3. Retaining significant matter helps me in future audit. Internal, external, enabling conduct of quality control inspection and review, enabling conduct of external inspection as per legal and regulatory requirement. Last question and then we take a break. Okay, listen nicely. Very simple, super simple. Then all are understanding questions. 10 minutes, but we'll come later. Form, content and extent of documentation. Are you listening? Why not? Why not? Why not? Listen. What is form? What should be the format? Content means what should be inside. Extent means how much in detail. One more time. Form means what should be the format of documentation. Content, what should be inside. Extent, how much detailed documentation. Shall I do more documentation or less documentation? Depends on these many points. Simple. No explanation given. Size and complexity of audit. Tell me, for listed company, more documentation. Unlisted, less documentation. Complexity means if I have 8 businesses, more documentation auditor will do. If I have 1 business, less documentation. Understood. So number 1, size and complexity of audit. Second, identified risk of material misstatement. In that audit, how much is ROMM? Tell me, if risk is more documentation will be required. Extent, less risk, less documentation. Nature of audit procedure performed. If more audit procedure performed, more documentation. Less procedure, less. Significance of evidence obtained. Evidence is how much important. Tell me, if evidence very much important, lot of mistakes, more documentation. But sir, evidence not that important, all is correct only. Less documentation. Second, nature and extent of exceptions identified. What is exception? Mistake. If you have identified lot of exceptions, lot of mistake, more documentation. Otherwise, less documentation. Need to document a conclusion or basis of conclusion not determinable from documentation of work done. This hard English because I copied from module. Let me explain. We are unable to understand the work from documentation done. Sometimes if I am unable to understand the point, then I will write more explanation or less. More. If I am able to understand, less. Now read English. Need to document a conclusion means I need to document a conclusion or basis of conclusion, but it is not determinable from this documentation, then I will do more documentation. Sometimes I am not able to understand one point, then I will do more documentation. For example, I will explain this in different English. We are unable to form conclusion from documentation of work done. From this documentation, I cannot make conclusion. I will do more documentation. Over. Audit methodology and tool use. Basically, there are two tools. Rely on control or not rely on control. What are we doing? Are we relying on control or not relying? That also we have to write. If rely, then good. Don't rely, then also good. Very simple. Now in 1 second you will understand if you know real audit. If not know, then difficult to learn. Okay, but very simple. Form, content and extent of documentation depends on these many factors. In 1 second you will understand all points. You will be able to learn size and complexity of audit. What's the first step in audit? We find ROMM, identified risk of material misstatement. Based on ROMM only audit procedure are there. More ROMM, more audit procedure. Okay, nature of audit procedures to be performed. From procedure, what do we get? Evidence, significance of audit evidence obtained. In evidence, what are there? Exceptions, things not followed. Nature and extent of exceptions identified. So simple. One more time. Only first point remember. Size and complexity of audit. In that audit, identified risk of material misstatement. Based on that only, ROMM will decide nature of audit procedures to be performed. In audit procedure, what did I get? Evidence. Significance of the audit evidence obtained. Sir, listen, no, in evidence there are exceptions. Nature and extent of exceptions identified. Okay. In exceptions, we are unable to form conclusion. Sir, not able to. We are unable to form conclusion from documentation of work done. You can write in simple English. We are unable to form conclusion from documentation of work done. Only one point remember last. Audit methodology and tool used. Over. Only last point I am able to remember. Rest all are time pass. One last time I will explain. Form, content and extent of documentation depends on these many factors. Number one, size and complexity of audit. Okay. In the same audit, okay, what first step what we do? ROMM, identified risk of material misstatement. Based on that, nature of audit procedure to be performed. What I get by procedure? Significance of audit evidence obtained. In evidence, what is that? Exception. Nature and extent of exceptions identified. But we are unable to understand exceptions. We are unable to form conclusion from documentation of work done. Last, audit methodology and tool used. Audit methodology and tool used. See you after 10 seconds. Learn nicely. This you can write on your own. Done. Tell me, form, content and extent of documentation depends on size and complexity of audit. In that audit, identified risk of material misstatement. Based on that only we decide nature of audit procedure to be performed. Then what we get? Significance of audit evidence obtained. In evidence, what is that? Exception. Nature and extent of exceptions identified. But I am unable to understand exceptions. Okay, we are unable to form conclusion from documentation of work done. Last, audit methodology and tool used. We can finish also, but let's come. Two important case studies are there, so we'll come later. It's 51. See you at what time? 10:05 is good. See you at 10:05. Bye bye. See you. Take care. Ten five. Chalo, let's start. Let's start. God is saying, what is this course price? You have to go to website www.mrugeshmadlani.com. After that, select the course by lecture. In that by lecture, you can find audit booster course. Along with this, magic book will also come. So that price and all you can check there. I hope it is clear. Okay. Chalo, moving on. One, two, three. Everyone come here. Ready? Ready, ready, ready. Type R. R for ready. R for ready. Type R so we can go ahead. Fast type. Chalo, moving on. Concentrate, we should finish in 5-10 minutes. Assembly of final audit file. Very important is to understand. Important, huh? That is why we took a break. Audit file. What's the difference between documentation and file? Documentation is the thing which I do along with audit. It helps in effective and efficient review. Any documentation prepared later is likely to be less accurate. But now what is audit file? Audit file is one or more folders or storage media in paper form, electronic form, or any other form that contain documentation of specific engagement. Two, three brilliant MCQs are there. Listen very nicely. What is audit file? It is one or more folders. Folder in folder. See, documentation is done of the audit. It means current asset documentation. When you are doing, you have to do fixed assets. Where you are auditing, you have to do documentation. Sales documentation along with audit. Purchase. But when all documentation is arranged, that is a file. All documentation is arranged, that is the file. Documentation should be done along with audit, but file is what? Admin work. You need to compile everything, arrange everything. What is the difference between documentation and file? Documentation is of each area. It should be done along with audit. What is file? Audit file is everything together. Okay, fixed asset, current asset, sale, purchase, debtor, inventory. I hope it is clear. Audit file is one or more folders or storage media. Either it can be in paper form or it can be computerized or any other form. So understand most important thing. File and documentation are same or different? Different. Audit file is compiling documentation of all area. English. Audit file is one or more folders or storage media in paper form, electronic form, any other form that contain documentation of specific engagement. Auditor shall assemble entire documentation in an audit file. First question. Within how much time file should be ready? It should be ready within the period of 60 days from the date of auditor's report. Let's take example 31st March is balance sheet. Okay, 31st March balance sheet. 30th July is audit report. So from there within 60 days the file should be ready. It should be ready within how many days? 60 days. Not documentation. It should be done along with audit. File should be ready within 60 days. SQC1, standard on quality control 1, which we might do today or max tomorrow. It will come in chapter number 11. Gives us time limit of 60 days after the date of auditor's report. If you want, I can show you little. Show them. See here. So 1st June is date of auditor's report. From there exact 60 days you have to count. Roughly 31st July. Okay, so our documentation should be prepared by 31st July. They can ask all these questions. If not prepared, then ICI will take action. It shows negligence on part of auditor, etc. etc. Case study you will do. Okay, so audit file is one or more folders or storage media. Documentation has to be done within how many time? SQC1, standard on quality control 1, gives time limit of 60 days after the date of auditor's report. So from auditor's report 60 days. Now completion of documentation is an admin process and doesn't involve new audit procedure or drawing new conclusion. Audit is over. It's just is an admin work, compiling everything. Okay. Changes, however made, are administrative in nature. So whatever changes we make are admin in nature. It basically includes what I will tell you: cross-referencing. Second example, deleting superseded document. You know what superseded? Okay. See, when I go to do audit, I get financial statement. Then I do little audit and I tell them pass 4 5 journal entry. So now financial statement become new. Why? I have passed adjustment entry. After 10 days, I again tell pass this entry. I again tell. So financial statements keep on getting replaced. Okay. So all the older versions are known as superseded document. That we will not keep in documentation. In documentation, which one will keep? Final financial statements. All older versions are known as superseded. So I have to delete that, etc. etc. So completion of audit file is an admin process and it doesn't involve new audit procedure or drawing new conclusion. Changes made are admin in nature. Last point, retention period. I prepared the file. I have to retain for how many years? 7 years. 7 years from preparing? No, 7 years from the date of auditor's report. You know in Hindi, Sat Fere, 7 feras are there. Same way, 7 years. Okay, simple. See here. So audit report was what? 1st June. So from 1st June, 7 years. Not from documentation file. From 1st June till 1st June 2032. 2032. One last time. 1, 2, 3, start. Tell me, documentation has to be done along with audit. What is audit file? Audit file is one or more folders or storage media in paper form, electronic form, any other form that contain documentation of audit engagement. File has to be prepared in how much time? Okay, so file has to be prepared in 60 days from the date of auditor's report as per SQC1. Okay, preparing file is a admin work, doesn't involve new audit procedure, new conclusion. Okay, it's basically admin work. For how many years we have to retain? How many feras are there in marriage? 7. 7 feras, so 7 years from the date of auditor's report, not file. Over. Done. Auditor's report or group auditor report, whichever is later. You know what is group audit? Sometimes audit of subsidiary company of Reliance is done on 30th June, but Reliance audit is done on 30th July. So from 30th July, 7 years. Understood? Whichever is later basically. Now again, very important MCQ. Very important MCQ. Essay 299. Joint audit. Why right now you are remembering joint audit? That is in chapter number 8. Chapter number 8 it is. Don't know why what you are typing. Documentation is the property of auditor. Tell me, whose property is documentation? It is auditor's property. Can you share documentation with client? Yes, if we will request, I might share. But it should be in a proper tone. First of all, as per SQC1, documentation is the property of auditor because auditor has prepared. He may, at his discretion, at his wish, share certain portion of documentation with client. Example, power and fuel, brilliant working you have done. Depreciation, excellent working you have done. So what will client tell? Can you share this working with us? I will guide our Mr. Raj. He will also prepare such working. Please, very nice work you have done. Can you share? See what's the tone of asking. Is he asking, or the fees we have paid directly share? Then don't share. Directly tell him, as per SQC1, documentation is the property of auditor. I will not share. But if he is requesting, okay, sir, please share. I think the working is very good. It will help our staff also. But it doesn't mean that I am interfering in your work, sir. Just if you can share, I will be happy. Then share. Okay. We may share certain portion of documentation provided it doesn't affect our independence. It should not mean that I am getting sold to him or I am very much affected by him or I am listening to him. Okay, I can share only if it doesn't affect my independence. It should not mean I will work according to him. Okay, I'm just sharing as a help. It should not affect my independence or reduce the validity of work done. It should not feel I am an employee of the client. Okay, I am an auditor, I am an independent person. If at any stage you feel that he's showing little power, okay, or he's saying, please share, otherwise next year audit we will not give. Directly tell, no, sir, we don't want to audit. I will not do anything which affect my independence. This is my independent decision. Are you clear? Independence means what? My judgment is not affected because of the person who has engaged me. My judgment is my own. Simple word. Let us read. SQC1 tells documentation is property of auditor. He may at his discretion wish share certain portion or extracts of documentation with client, provided it doesn't affect his independence or reduce the validity of work done. It should not mean I have only worked, I am just sharing you. So for better relation or accept whatever, okay, because you want. It should not reduce the validity of work done. Last point, guys, completion memorandum or audit documentation summary. See, in the end, many people what they feel or a documentation very big. Let us prepare summary of 10 pages. So what it will include? What were significant matters identified during audit? How they were addressed? Simple. Read. Completion memorandum or audit documentation summary. Auditor may keep a part of audit documentation as a summary. I can keep little portion as a summary. So out of this entire module, this is our summary. What it will include? Significant matters identified during audit and how they were solved. Simple. How they were addressed. So auditor may keep certain portion of documentation as summary, which is known as completion memorandum or audit documentation summary. It includes two things: how significant matters were identified during audit, how they were solved. Sir, what is the benefit of all these rubbish things? It helps in effective and efficient review and inspection of documentation. If someone wants to check, he will not check whole documentation, only summary. It helps in effective and efficient review and inspection. Second, helps auditor in knowing significant matter. I want to check after 1 year which were significant matter. I can easily know. Helps auditor to see if any SA objective is not achieved, which will prevent him from achieving overall objective of audit. Let me take example. Debtor confirmation not received. With the help of this, you can see, did I do alternate procedure? Debtor confirmation not received, but I had last year confirmation. From there, I added what? Sale transaction. Minus all money received from debtor. I still got comfort. So I got reasonable assurance. Though one SA could not be achieved, debtor confirmation. SA 505 tells take debtor confirmation. That could not be achieved. But still my overall objectives got achieved because I did alternate procedure. Simple. Helps auditor to see if any SA objective is not achieved, which will prevent him from achieving overall objective of audit. Over. Tell me, what are three benefits of audit completion memorandum or audit documentation summary? Okay, helps auditor, helps in effective and efficient review and inspection of documentation. Two, helps auditor in knowing significant matter. Third and last point, okay, helps auditor to see any individual SA objective is not achieved, which will prevent him from achieving overall objectives of audit. Over. Learn nicely, small break, 5 seconds. Tell me, what are three benefits of audit completion memorandum or summary? It helps in effective and efficient review and inspection of documentation. Two, helps auditor in knowing significant matter. Third, helps auditor to know any individual SA objective is not achieved, which will prevent him from achieving overall objective of audit. Over. With this, our three chapters are fully over. 1, 2, 6, 11 also to an extent over. Okay. Now let's move to chapter 11. Ready? No? Can we move to 11? Can we move to 11? Ready? Chapter 11. Everyone is ready? Chapter 11. Please write yes or no. Others no reply, only Meera replying. Gautam also. Others. Shall we move on? Chalo. 11. Basically, how much part is pending? Only 3 charts are pending. We will discuss one chart only. After that, we might discuss one question. More than enough target achieved. More than enough. Okay. We don't want to rush. We don't want to hush. Because I see 2 days are very heavy. Chapter 3 and chapter 4. Very heavy days. So that is why I am trying that those days are less heavy. Because when we split those chapter, it will be little easy. Okay. Chalo, start. Sir, not understood anything. Ignore. Concentrate. Small break we can take 10 seconds. Very, very good morning. Welcome back, guys. Amazing chapter. Chapter 11, Ethics and Terms of Engagement. We are already done with terms of engagement. Only ethics part is pending. Very important. Please listen what I am saying. This chapter is also of 10 to 12 marks, out of which 4 marks is already done. So enough part is already done. Okay. Now whatever is left is also very good part. Why ethics is important? This is our fourth chapter. Chipakke. Ethics is important. Why? Ethics are terms of behavior which govern an individual's behavior. Ethics are moral principles which govern an individual behavior. Ethics are those things which tell how we will behave in situation of doubt. Okay, ethics are nothing but moral principle which govern an individual. It has to come from inside. Either you are ethical or you are not ethical. It directly we cannot tell ethics. No, it cannot come into the body. Ethics are moral principle which govern an individual. It has to come from inside. Either we are ethical or we are not ethical. Let's take only one example. 500 rupees note is lying down. In a road, you are seeing 500 rupees note. What will you do? Will you pick up that note? And if pick up, spend for yourself rather than donating to someone or just saying someone in class. If you find 500 rupees, is it of someone else? Are you giving that 500 to teacher or are you keeping it yourself? The day you keep it to yourself, your ethics are gone. You are a 500 crore person. Sir, 500 crore too much. 50 crore person. You got sold in 500 rupees. Somewhere your dash was tested. Ethics. You keep on saying, I'm doing hardest course of India. 500 rupees you got sold. What hardest course? Whether you become CEO or not, secondary. These are ethics. Ethics are simple thing. Every profession, be it medicine, doctorate, law, has certain ethics. Same way in CA, ethics is very much required. Why? We are dealing with 1 crore shareholder. If we are not ethical, if we are not independent, if we are not proper, we are risking the life of 1 lakh people or 1 crore people who invest in Reliance. 1 crore people don't invest in Reliance by looking at Mukesh Bhai. They don't invest in Adani by looking at Gautam Adani. They invest because they know charter accountant report is true. Chartered accountant is ethical. CA has not done anything wrong. And when your ethics are violated, you take little money and give fake report. Case over. Gone, toss, entire chapter gone. Let us start now. I hope little you understood. Start. Okay. Number one question. There are two approach to ethics. Principle based approach, rule based approach. Track record of this question, 0. What is principle based approach? Here we will follow spirit of ethics. In every professional judgment, we will follow ethics. We will follow principle of ethics. Whenever I want to take any decision, I will follow ethics and take decision. That is what principle based approach. Here we will follow spirit of ethics. It means accountant will use professional judgment in every situation while arriving at any conclusion. What is rule based approach? See, it's not principle of ethics. I am following rules which change from form to form. Every firm might have different rules. Here we follow rules which are different for every firm. Sometimes ethics could be compromised. Let's take example. Your rule is what? Client should benefit. So client is saying, sign on a fake report, otherwise I have to pay income tax. Tell my income is less. So you are like, "Arey yaar, we follow client only, client is God." So now somewhere ethics can be compromised. Here we follow rules which are different for every firm. It is little narrow and spirit of ethics may be compromised because we are following rules of the firm. Okay. It is a rigid approach and may not be practicable in every situation. Over. General intro, this is basically okay. What is rule based approach? Here we'll follow rules which are different for every firm. It may lead to narrow outlook, narrow, and sometimes ethics can be compromised. It is rigid and not possible in every situation. So very simple. Here, concentrate in 2 minutes over. Two approach to ethics: principle based, rule based. Again, listen: principle based, rule based. What is principle based? Here, I follow spirit of ethics. It means in every professional judgment, accountant will follow spirit of ethics and do what is ethically right. Rule based approach. What is rule? Rules are different for every firm. Okay, here we follow rules of the firm. Mr. A firm, B firm, C firm. Rules I will follow. It may lead to narrow outlook. Sometimes ethics can be compromised. Why? Firm is saying do what is good for client. It may lead to narrow outlook. Okay, very simple. It is rigid and not possible in every situation. Over. Now come here. Fundamental principle of professional ethics for doing the audit. One more time. Fundamental principle of professional ethics for doing the audit. One last time. Fundamental principle of professional ethics for doing the audit. Whenever you do any audit, you have to follow these many fundamental principles. If these principles are there, you have to compulsory follow while doing audit. Many people will ask you, what are the fundamental principles to be followed while doing audit? These many. Now, understand the word. They ask case study. Tell me which point is this principle, which point is this principle, which point is this principle. So we have to focus more on understanding. I hope it is clear. Learning very simple. What are fundamental principle of ethics to be followed while doing audit? What are the principle of ethics? Number one, integrity. Auditor should be straightforward and honest. He will never certify on any report, record, certificate which he believes to be false, or omit anything where omission is misleading. Integrity, in one word, understand: honesty. Whenever I sign on any report, record, certificate, I will not sign on anything which is fake. Or sometimes what I do, I omit. Company saying this related party transaction don't show it as normal transaction. That is also crime. Not showing particular, this new court case don't show, no please. That is also crime. Even omitting anything where omission could be misleading is a crime. Let me take one case study. For example, valuation report is there. If the asset is above 100 crore, I need to pay fees to government. So company is saying asset is of 110 crore. CA, please write 90 crore. Please say what will happen? I will pay you instead of 10,000, 12,000 fee. Write 90 crore. You're like, okay, 90 crore. Wow! Integrity is gone. They will ask you which principle of fundamental ethics is violated. Integrity. Last time, auditor should be straightforward and honest. He must not certify report, record, certificate which are false, or omit anything where omission is misleading. One word: honesty. Confidentiality. I will get lot of information about client, but I will not disclose to third party. The day I disclose, my confidentiality is gone. Let's take example. You get audited financial statement 2 days before or 3 days before. You call your friend, hello, Reliance profit increased by 32% this time. Or how you know? I am auditor. Purchase share. Don't worry, purchase share. By mistake, if SEBI can prove you had done all this, gone forever. Forever in jail you will purchase share. Keep on purchasing in jail. Auditor will receive lot of information while doing the audit. We have to take care information is not disclosed to third party. Third, objectivity. Okay, objectivity means I should be unbiased. Never take such a work which will affect my independence. If by mistake any student tells us too many things, this is that, I say get out. Get out. We are objective. We teach in our own way. We don't want nonsense. Objectivity. You have to be very true. Sometimes many people tell, "Arey, you tell important question, and whenever student asks no important question, will it come from your directly tell yes entire paper?" No. You might feel bad when we teach, but we always speak the truth. That is why it's a long-term career. Never ever lie or do anything which affects your judgment. Absolutely. You tell me in stamp paper, I will do only those things which are right. Never do such things which are wrong. I might tell you today, do these three questions. Then what about you will speak bad about me lifetime? Due to them I suffered. So objective, become unbiased. Okay, auditor should not compromise professional judgment because of undue influence of other. We should not take any work which will affect our independence. Example, relative is there, your uncle working in a firm. Uncle is working in a firm, let him work. I will not take any such work. Okay, why? Because of uncle my opinion could be affected. So if close relative is working in the client, okay, I will not take the work. Or I will directly tell, I am taking the work, but doesn't mean that I will do biased audit. Simple, I hope you understood. Too much I am explaining. Auditors should not compromise professional judgment because of undue influence of others. We should not take any work if it affects our judgment. Professional competence and due care. You can beat me in anything in life, but not in knowledge. Auditor should have highest level of knowledge. So client receives the service as per professional standard and legal and regulatory requirement. What is professional standard? Okay, SA, AS, and legal and regulatory requirement. Very simple time pass point. Professional competence I should have. I should be champion in ASSA. Auditor should have highest standard of knowledge. Why? So client receives service as per professional standard and legal and regulatory requirement. Professional behavior. Auditor will comply with all laws, rules, regulation, and not do anything which will discredit the profession. You are going in Singapore for auditing Malaysian Airlines. In Singapore, for Malaysian Airlines, you went for audit, and directly at night you are in pub with in front of four girls, you are lying down. Wow, enjoyment too much. Outside India, too much. In newspaper, report will come. Indian charter accountant, they will not write your name because you are not important. Indian charter accountant found in pub with girls. Now people will feel all CAs are like that. Don't do anything which will discredit profession. ICI is writing letter to you. Why did you take audit of a terrorist? You are not replying. Don't do anything. For example, you leave audit, you need to communicate with previous auditor in CA final. You are not communicating. All these cases are given. Auditor should comply with laws, rules, regulation. Don't do anything which will discredit mother institute. Over. Easy? No. Super easy. Sir, what are fundamental principle of professional ethics while doing the audit? Sir, what are fundamental principle of professional ethics while doing the audit? I cop. Integrity, confidentiality, objectivity, integrity, confidentiality, objectivity, professional competence and due care, professional behavior. Over. Sir, what are fundamental principle of ethics while doing the audit? Sir, what are fundamental principle of ethics while doing the audit? I cop. Integrity, confidentiality, objectivity, integrity, confidentiality, objectivity, professional competence and due care, professional behavior. Sir, what are fundamental principle of professional ethics while doing the audit? I cop. Integrity, confidentiality, objectivity, integrity, confidentiality, objectivity, professional competence and due care, professional behavior. Any doubt? No, sir. Shall we go ahead? Third party includes your friend, government. It doesn't include government, so we can share. If government will ask anything, don't tell them confidentiality, Narendra Modi, get out. No. Government, so we have to give data. No, we are working for government only. Audit only government told. Point number 3 and 4. In your magic book, it must be written same, so correct it. In your magic book it is written by mistake, same, correct it. See, third basically means what? I should be unbiased while doing audit, and here I should have knowledge. Tell me, I might have knowledge, still I am biased, so objectivity gone. Take photo if you want. तेरे फोटो को सीने से यार लगाऊं सैया फेविकोल से, मैं तो कब से हूँ रेडी तैयार, पटाले सैया मिस कॉल से. Over. Shall we go? Yes. Now mood is not there, but still we don't work as per mood in India. We will finish this much. Ready? 10 minutes. Yes, sir. Now, fundamental principle of professional ethics I explained, but biggest principle is pending: independence. I will finish this much and leave. Bas. What a day! Amazing Tuesday. What is the independence? It means it's a fundamental principle which means my judgment is not dependent on the wish of a person who has engaged me. My uncle gave me audit. I will talk with uncle on first day only. Uncle, I hope you have given me audit on merit. And that's a big requirement, independence. My judgment will not be affected on your wishes. You might say, do this, do this, do this. That your son will do. I will not do. That is why you are my uncle. And if you have given audit on this expectation that I will listen to you, please don't give me audit. If you speak too much, truly audit will go. Are you clear? But that is what is given in book. It's a fundamental principle which states I will be independent, unbiased, and my opinion will not be dependent on someone who has engaged me. Independence has two words: independence of mind, independence of appearance. What is appearance? It should not appear that I am dependent or I am anywhere linked to the client. I will not hold shares of company. My wife will not hold. Okay, my relative should not be director in a company. There are lots of rules which will ensure independence of appearance. But from mind, am I independent? Very difficult to prove. How can you prove from mind? I am. See, you might. I will ask you whether I teach good. You will say yes, 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 very good. But from inside, third class teacher you are. God knows from where you came. By mistake also you should not teach. That I cannot know what you think from inside. That's independence of mind. Tell me, I should be independence of appearance or mind, both? Let me read, super easy. Appearance. Facts and circumstances should not be there. That third party can conclude auditor's integrity, objectivity, or professional skepticism is compromised. This we will read later, tomorrow. I hope you understood. Means third party should not conclude auditor's integrity, objectivity is compromised. They should know, they should feel I am independent. Come to first word. What is independence of mind? Such state of mind which allows me to form opinion on my own without being affected by influence. If I am little bit affected that whether will I get audit next year or not, let me do audit in proper way. Let me not be unbiased. Then from mind I am not independent because I am thinking about next year. State of mind which allows me to form opinion on my own without being affected by others. When we teach, we can say 125%. We don't care what you feel. We will only teach what is right and what is best. Hard topic, easy topic, fully independently. We only think about one person, that is result. Okay, over. So independence of mind, appearance, mind, appearance, mind. Tell me, I have to appear independent or from mind also? Both. State of mind which allows us to form opinion on our own without being affected by. So I can act with integrity, objectivity, professional skepticism. Moving on. Shall we discuss threats? Threats to independence. Let us finish this and we are done for today. Threats. Self-interest threat. Okay. See, this can come as case study. This can come as descriptive. Anything. It is super easy and very important. Okay. See, when my interest is affected, no, independence will always go. Tell me whom I love most in this world? Myself. Myself. I love myself more. Okay, self-interest threat occur when a firm or its partner or associate will benefit from client. Okay, when firm itself, the partner of the firm or any associate will benefit from financial interest in the client. Few examples are given. When I have taken loan from the client, it is always a threat to independence. Okay, as soon as I will tell, sir, give creditor data, give debtor data, sir, give loan. So loan, don't ask too much data. Loan we gave you when you needed. Your interest is affected. So it's a threat to independence. You will not be independent. Second, you are dependent on client fees. Your 60% fees are coming from one client. Too much dependent. Because if that client grows, your this will go, income will go. Employment with the client. What is employment? They will tell, oh, sir, you are the super talented. Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But give a clean report. Sir, I will qualified report I have to give because something wrong is there. Next year, if you give clean report, company will be alive. Your package 60 lakh. Now you will think about, tell me, company or your package. Of course, your package. It's interest, self-interest. Fees are dependent on share price. Sir, our share price increase, no, fees will increase. Such things are not there. If there, then what you will think? Your fees only. They are dependent on share price. So you will do biased audit. Self-interest threats simple. It occur when a firm or its partner or associate could benefit from client. When such thing happens, we will always be little biased. It's a threat to independence. Next point. Self-review threat. Review of any judgment or conclusion reached in previous audit or non-audit engagement. See, last time you said this is not a mistake. Now this year, can you tell you only made mistake? Self-review. Always remember, it's a big threat. In this world, only no one likes their own mistake. That's the harsh reality of life. You will find out mistake of whole world except yourself, and same applies to me also. Okay, I reached one judgment that this is not wrong. Now how can I say, even if it is wrong, in next time I will say what, no, this is not wrong. Or let's take another example. Earlier I was senior employee of the client, now I am auditor. Earlier I was a partner in ABC Limited, now I am auditor of ABC. How can I say when I was a partner I did 4 fraud things, so I should go to jail? I will never find my own mistake. Self-review. Review of any judgment or conclusion reached in previous audit, or auditor was earlier director or senior officer of company, now auditor. So how we will find his own mistake? Or we are doing accounting work, we are only doing audit. How we will find our own mistake? Self-interest, self-review. Advocacy threat. I am promoting client's opinion to an extent my integrity is getting compromised. Example. If you don't know, we have to go to lawyers at time to understand company will win a case or lose a case. If you don't know, whose opinion we have to listen, company or lawyer? Lawyer. Lawyer is telling company will lose, you have to book a provision. What you are saying? Mr. Raj can never use, he is my best friend. My best friend Raj can never lose. Okay, I think it is only contingent liability, so in notes to accounts. Mr. Raj will never lose. You are promoting client's opinion to an extent it clearly feels you are fully sold person. Third class person you are. Lawyer we have to listen. Independent. Who you are to comment on Raj? See here, promoting client's opinion to an extent integrity is getting, objectivity is getting compromised. We are promoting his opinion too much. We cannot promote. Advocacy, we don't have to become advocate, we are independent person. Third, intimidation threat. Dhamki. What is dhamki? Intimidate someone. Okay, scold. If by mistake also you show this 25 lakh loss, we will replace you next time. How you can replace me? No one can replace me. No problem. Then we will bring another joint auditor. Your fees will become half. My children's school fees, who will pay? School fees. Give report proper. School fees plus uniform also we will pay. Don't worry. Threat of replacement of auditor over disagreement of accounting principle, or reduce audit fees in proportion to reduce audit work. Replacement threat they can give, or they can give what? We will reduce your work. by appointing joint auditor. So what do you do? No, no, my work should not be reduced. Forget about India. Forget shareholder. I will look at myself, my wife, my children. Familiarity threat. Auditors are too much familiar with client. When you are too much familiar, what will happen? You will not do you will do biased audit. Okay. When it happens, when you accept lot of gift. Okay. Every Diwali, Holi, Rangoli, every festival you get gift from client. Now, how you can do unbiased audit as soon as you do audit? Sir, I hope television reached. iPad also we have gifted. Your daughter is going America now. And you are asking supplier data. iPad, Ayushi. Partner or close relative is working in audit firm. Your close relative is working in client. Close relative is working in senior position in the client. Okay. For example, your uncle is a senior, is director. Sir, I think this time we have to give qualified report. Three problems are there. When you had no one at that time, your dad was drunk person. Still we gave you money. Still we gave you CA course. Still we gave you audit. And now you will teach your uncle only. Manoj uncle. Sorry. Familiar. You are too much familiar. In two cases, when you accept gift or your close relative is working in a senior position in a client. Over. Tell me, when there are threats, what to do? Number one, don't take such a audit. If you still want to take, try to reduce threat to acceptable level. If you cannot reduce, leave that work. Because all I want is independence. When threat exists, auditors should not take the audit or put in place safeguards. What is safeguard? Tell uncle, I will do unbiased audit. Put in place safeguard. If auditor is unable to implement safeguard, don't accept such a work. One last time. When threat exists, auditors should not take the work or put in place safeguards to eliminate them. That is control. If we cannot put in place safeguard, don't accept the work. Now we will learn threat, we are done. Tell me what are threat to independence? Saf. Arey, who is a threat to Karina? Karina's independence is not too much because Saf interfering. Saf saying, don't do vulgar role. I am your husband. Third class role you are doing. Threat to independence. Who is giving a threat to Karina's independence? Just to remember, Saf. Self-interest threat, self-review threat, self-interest threat, self-review threat. A. Advocacy threat, intimidation threat, F, familiarity threat. One last time. Sir, what are threat to independence? Who is a threat to Karina's independence? Self. Self-interest threat, self-review threat, self-interest threat, self-review threat. A. Advocacy threat. Intimidation threat. F. Familiarity threat. Over. Sir, one last time. Who is a threat to Karina's independence? Saifu, Chote Miyan. Self-interest threat, self-review threat, self-interest threat, self-review threat. Advocacy threat. Intimidation threat. Yep. Familiarity threat. Over. Over. Self-interest threat, self-review threat, advocacy threat, intimidation threat, familiarity threat. Small break, 5 seconds. What are threats to independence? Self-interest threat, self-review threat, advocacy threat, intimidation threat, familiarity threat. Max 45 minutes. We should finish this chapter in the nicest way tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye. Good night. Take care. If you want to avail this course, you have to go on www.mrugeshmadlani.com. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Same timings. Take care. Love you. Please revise.